Now we're here with Dr. Deborah Martin. Shall I say it's silent, but well, not so silent. Actually, you've been to Ghana as well, many times. So tell me about the history of
I went first.
You actually went first.
Yes.
Yeah. And you got your kente, you know. We're not even gonna get the fashion yet, but tell me about the history of YONKOFA.
So, after I went on the first short-term mission, I wasn't so sure about going on the second one, but then Gabriela said, if you will go a second time, then I'm going to go with you. And, you know, that's something I always wanted to do. So we went a second time on short-term mission. During the second time we went on short-term mission, I'm a surgeon, I got to do some surgery. She was in the clinic. And she was very impressed about how the people were taking care of their elderly and disabled people at home and with very little help. And so on the way back on the airplane, she just talk into my ear about we have to do more. They shouldn't have to wait for short-term mission. There's got to be something we can do more sustainable. So within 1 week of coming back, we were talking to the person who recruited me here, and we were talking to someone in Ghana, and a few months later she took a small group back and figured out a package to take a portable clinic out to the village. And that's what she did, out from Bibiani actually. And then after that, Monsignor Simon took her to see a nurse-run clinic in the village that his niece was the nurse. And this is a prototype that's throughout Africa. They're called CHIPS clinics, and she said, you know, we need to be able to do something so that they don't have to wait for short-term mission groups to come to get medical care. So by the spring of 2011, she had the name YONKOFA, and she took a group. I went again, but also with this we went in 2 different groups in 2 different regions, but well, both in Western region, 2 different districts, in the spring of 2011. So we started talking about forming the project. We discussed with some groups, but they didn't have the history of experience of going to Ghana. They weren't medical. So she determined that in order to do this properly, we were going to have to file our own nonprofit. So that's why in the summer of 2011, we filed our own nonprofit. So we started it at that time, and then we were recruiting help, and then we were able to get some people by the spring of 2012 to meet. We had about 30 people that had dinner, some that had helped already, some that were trying to recruit to help, and we answered questions for them about what we were trying to do. And one lady came forward and said, I want to do your first fundraiser this September fair. So that's why our first fundraiser there was in September of 2012.
Okay.
So we were just trying to increase the people. We don't have a lot of corporate support, so we've done almost everything with private donation.
Okay. All right. Since you won first, I have to now ask you. In my speech, I said if you decide to work in Africa, you have 55 options, but you chose Ghana. Why?
Well, I don't know if I chose Ghana, but you know that I was recruited to go to Ghana on a short-term mission.
Okay.
And when you go there, you see the need. There's so much need. And I remember the first trip, one day it was raining really hard, and I was just thinking a few days, I'm going to get on the bus, I'm going to get on the plane, and I'm out of here. And I'm looking on the hill, I'm looking down on this village, and I'm thinking, but these people don't have that choice. They're here, and they're waiting for some help. And so I think that kind of stuck with me, that these people were very kind, very sincere, and they're waiting for help, but they don't know where it's going to come from.
Okay. Finally, highlights areas of opportunity.
I think that one of the best things so far has been the ability to recruit people in Ghana to help us that were dependable and sincere and were honest. We have, because other organizations could not go on short-term trips during COVID. They couldn't ship because they were worried about their items, their cargo being diverted, and so organizations here contacted us saying, hey, we don't have anybody else shipping, can you help us? And we could ship because we knew that when it got to Ghana, once we got it through the port, but we had very honest, dependable volunteers that would make sure it went to the right place, it didn't get diverted onto the black market. And so the success of YONKOFA is also a tribute to the people that we've been able to develop relationships with in Ghana.
Okay. And the areas of opportunity that you think will make your work easier?
Well, I think that, we can figure out a better system to get things through the port. That would be nice.
Okay.
But also, I think it's good that people are very specific about what they need, because we're trying to address what people need and not just say whatever we think they need.
Absolutely.
So I think that's one way that we're different, because I spent a lot of time, my first 2 trips, sorting supplies. So basically, I saw things that were sent there that could not be used. So we're trying to be very careful and not just send things that we think they need. We need to try to find out what do they need specifically and address a specific problem.
Okay. Dr. Deborah Martin, thank you for your love for Ghana. We're here with Dr. Gabriela Nancy, NGO Manager Extraordinary, because she's doing some amazing work in Ghana with the YONKOFA project. Gabriela, thanks for joining us. I always ask, why Ghana and how did it start?
Well, let's see. I think I started in Ghana by going on a short-term mission, which a lot of people start that way. And I went with Dr. Deborah Martin, who was my surgery preceptor in medical school. And one of the things I had the privilege of doing is going after the clinic out to the villages with a hospital orderly who knew the people that were homebound.
Okay.
And we got to see people who had been maybe on the floor, I would say bedridden, except they didn't have a bed. They were on the floor, on a mat for maybe 4 years. And the family had taken such loving care of these people that had bed sores. They were fairly well nourished. And I was just blown away at how well these people were taking care of their own, and I thought the least we could do is help these people help their own people.
Yeah. Most people that I've known who do charity work, for the most part, they go through the motions. But you come at it with such high level of passion. Why? Why do you care so much?
I think I find inspiration in the Ghanaian medical providers and how good they are and how poorly equipped they are for the caliber that they can perform at with a little extra help. And I think I'm inspired by that.
Good. What can the government of Ghana do to make your work easier for you?
Well, we could be a little faster with the waivers of the court.
I knew that.
If there was anything they could do, that would be number one.
Number one, at the port. Okay. What's your worst experience at the port?
The situation is that the port is privately owned, so they don't really care if we're an NGO or what. And so we don't really get any consideration there. And when the government takes too long to get the waiver, we start paying demurrage.
Okay.
And it can be thousands of dollars.
Yes.
And then when we get the waiver, it doesn't matter because the demurrage exceeds the tax value.
Yeah. And all this for just helping.
Yes.
Gabriela, thank you. Ghanaians, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to DNT. Hannah, you've been to Ghana.
I have.
And you came to a fundraiser for YONKOFA.
Yes.
First and foremost, how did this fundraiser go? What's your take?
I think it went really well. There were a lot of people. Everybody was really excited. Lots of bids on different items. I think everything got sold. It was really good. I think it was a successful fundraiser.
Okay. And you went to Ghana. When did you go to Ghana?
I went into June, beginning of July. I think I left here June 30th, and I came back home July 16th.
That was your first time?
It was my first time.
How was it?
It was good. I very much enjoyed it.
Really?
Yes.
You in the car, you couldn't talk. You couldn't say enough about Ghana. So tell Ghanaians what you think about that.
About Ghanaians? About Ghana.
Huh?
Ghanaians?
Yes.
They are so nice. They are amazing. Very welcoming. I really enjoyed the country. Everybody was very hospitable. Everybody was very nice and friendly and welcoming. I learned a little bit of Twi while I was there.
I saw your cheat sheet.
Yes, the students helped me make that cheat sheet.
Let's go down the list. Rice.
Oh, I don't remember all that. I remember welcome, and I remember thank you.
Really?
I feel like those are the two most important words that I need to know. Yes.
Okay, what about etisang?
That's how are you?
Good. All right. And you're going again?
Yes.
When?
Hopefully this coming up summer.
Okay. All right. Well, let me take a good look at your outfit. Look at this. All right. Hannah, thanks for stopping by. Okay.
Thank you.
So, what did you think about the event? First of all, where are you from? Let's get that on.
I'm from Osu, by the way of Jamaica.
Okay.
Left a long time ago.
Osu by way of Jamaica.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you think about what you saw tonight?
It was professionally done. I like the way they did the auction,
Okay.
and it's when they raised a lot of money, and people really came out to support.
Very good.
Which is very good.
Very good.
And it's a worthy cause.
Okay. Yeah. So, what did you think happened here? How did you find it?
I find it to be incredible, appealing, incredible. I have spoken with Gabriella for the last 6 months. We've been talking about her initiative, especially her physical therapy that she's working through the clinic. And to come here and actually witness and see all the great things she's doing, people that are providing, it was like, wow. For my own country, like I think you mentioned it, that we got someone outside doing more for us inside, and we got to do more inside for ourselves.
Absolutely.
So today, to see the pictures and the babies and everything that she shipped that's being used, to actually see it in motion was very powerful for me. It's a great cause. It's a great cause.
Very good. Thank you. Yvonne. So, I called both of you the unofficial mayor of Atlanta, and you deferred to him, but
yes, Richard is the new mayor.
He's the new mayor, and you're the
outgoing mayor of Atlanta.
Unofficially, because this might get out there and somebody might think, the kids might have a problem with it. So what was your impression of what happened here?
Well, this is my second YONKOFA event. I did it last year. Obviously, they're doing a good thing for Ghana. And this second event for me is one of the best.
Okay.
We've got our good friends, Bernice and Gary over here. We did our centerpiece that's going to Ghana.
Oh, good.
Is bought and paid for.
Good.
And we're looking forward to partnering with them to make it even better. I mean, they're doing something for us.
For us.
So it's only good that we help out. And make it better.
Very good.
So, yeah.
Now the unofficial actual mayor.
Don Chichi.
Well, what's his nickname?
Don Chichi.
Oh. Don Chichi. Oh my goodness. Thank you. How much do I pay you for?
This one is free.
Well, I think in the introduction we left something out here. Bernice is the president of the Ghanaian Women's Association of Georgia.
There you go. Congratulations.
And they have been doing fantastic things for providing maternity care in Ghana. They've donated to several hospitals in Ghana. They continue to do that every year. So I think that needs to be on the record.
Yes.
Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
You know what? This frame, two beautiful ladies in one frame. All right. So, what's your take?
Well, this is my second time here. We were here the last time, and this time was even better.
You can stay.
You can join us. This was even better. And when you look at people who have actually no connection to Ghana and the amount of love and care that they have for our people, we cannot stand it idly by. We need to really encourage everybody that we can. And I was telling Yvonne, we went to an event in Newark about a month ago. We were trying to build a dialysis center in Sunyani in the Brahma region. And we had one Korean guy actually show up at our event and donated $5 million. Look at that. $5 million in medical equipment for the dialysis center. This person is not from Ghana, but so I see the same thing happening here. When you see people that care so much that they can do something like this in Ghana, I mean, we have no choice but to support them.
Very good.
Doris.
Okay. What did you think of the events?
Oh, it's great. I've been following them, and we actually were going to go during COVID, but we couldn't go. My husband works with Deborah Martin, and he was going to be one of the doctors that was going to go over there and do some mission work and help with everything. And I worked in healthcare as well. So I wanted to help, and I think it's important that everybody helps each other out and be strong for them and just be there for them. And there's so many people who have nothing. My parents come from places in the world that had nothing, and I know what it's like. My father was in concentration camp, and he was in Transylvania. My mother was in Germany, and she was in World War II. So they know firsthand what it's like not to have anything and have it all taken away from you.
Absolutely.
For me, it's very emotional, very emotional. I see those kids and said many years ago I could have been one of those kids.
Absolutely.
And these interventions are actually interventions that are going to produce future leaders for us. You may not know any of these kids who they will be, the change makers that they will be. So it's just so emotional to me. Very emotional.
Well, thank you all for speaking to DNT.
And I want to say something, that Ali is going to school and getting his master's in public health. And then he is going back and getting his PhD. And I met him in Chicago, and I knew, because I knew Deborah, and I know Deborah's sister, and I've known this for a long, we've been part of the YONKOFA for a long time. I said, you have to come.
Yeah.
And so maybe he might be one of the leaders to take over.
We're signing him up to YONKOFA right now.
Yeah, I'll volunteer for YONKOFA. Yeah, I'll
All right.
volunteer for YONKOFA.
Sam, hi.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming. It's a very
So
very
what
important
was your
for you
take?
guys.
How did it go?
Oh, wonderful. I've learned a lot how to raise money to help folks that are in need. So I'm so proud to be part of it. So that is why I say I have to support and get a Golden Student of Ashanti.
Absolutely.
To say I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Thank you so much.
This is my first year coming to the event, and I will be here every year going forward.
Very good. Thank you. And
It's the
we
word of
thank
God.
you for. I think this is beautiful art. Let me have you post the whole thing.
Come in and then I'll get
There you go. There you go.